Hello everyone, what is going on? My name is the Newbie Warrior, and today I am going to be making an update video in regards to a video I made last week. You may have seen that. It was titled "The Worst Internet Ever?" Exclamation point in all caps, which is definitely not clickbaiting and is most definitely 100% accurate to the video. While I'm talking about this, you're going to see some Titanfall 2 gameplay. This was captured during the multiplayer tech test. The multiplayer free play weekend, which was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Anyway, sorry, the face cam got unsynced with my voice. I was gonna make this into a live comm, but it didn't work. So you have my wonderful face cam making strange expressions and talking silently in the upper right hand corner. So, anyway, that video, the worst internet ever video, which I just mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and recap if you didn't see that. Basically, that was me talking about how bad my internet service provider is. My internet service provider is Spectrum, also known as Time Warner, also known as AT&T, also known as a bunch of other companies. But basically, I live in a small town, about 20,000 people, and there are two internet service providers in my town. One of them is the Spectrum, Time Warner, and they are our internet service provider. The other one is known as Frontier, and Frontier Internet is not broadband internet, they're DSL. And so my mom called and was talking to the customer support, the salesperson for Frontier, and she informed my mother that, of course, you know, DSL operates way differently. So their fastest plan, Frontier's fastest plan, is 6 megabytes download speed. So she told us that somehow the 6 megabytes was going to be faster than our 25 that we get now. And this was going to be significantly cheaper because obviously we're paying for way slower internet. But we decided to try it anyway. And so the people came from Frontier, and the first thing that... Oh, also, I have to mention, we don't have any phone lines. So DSL uses hardwired traditional phone lines, right? So the person who my mother talked to also made very clear that, yeah, we wouldn't have to pay anything extra to have a phone line put in downstairs to use the internet, to have Frontier put in internet. So a few days go by, the cable, I guess not cable, the install person for Frontier shows up at my house, and the first thing he does, he starts working, he starts looking at our internet, and he goes to put in a phone line, and he's like, okay, you need a phone line down here for your internet? And we're like, yeah, this is where we need it. And he's like, oh, that'll be about $200 extra. And we're like, wait, the salesperson told us it would be completely free to add a phone line. We made very clear before we had you come out that this was going to be free to put one in, that we didn't have any phone lines in. And he's like, no, I'm sorry, it's our official policy. I don't know why anyone would tell you that, to put $200 in, or to tell you that it would be free. It costs $200. And I was like, are you okay? So he started looking at how he'd have to put one in, and then he was like, what speed is your internet? And we're like, yeah, it's about 25 right now. But the salesperson told us from Frontier that it would be pretty cheap, or it'd be that we don't actually get 25, that you have to divide the number of people using that same broadband within 5 miles, that you have to divide our 25 by that number of people, because it's broadband, and DSL is different, so 6 megabytes is going to be more internet speed than we actually get now. And I was like, nah, I don't think that's how it works, but anyway. So the guy from Frontier is like, yeah, there's no way. I mean, you're going to be taking basically, you know, a third-ish of the internet speed that you have now. Or a quarter, sorry. And he's like, so do you want me to still put in the phone line? It's going to cost $200 more. You're going to go from 25 megs to 6 megs. I don't know what they're telling you. It's like, I really shouldn't tell you this, but yeah, you're going to get very much slower connection. And I'm sorry you're not happy with the other provider. If it gets really bad, you can switch to us, but just keep in mind this is going to be the overhead cost. And so we decided that we're going to have to keep Time Warner and just deal with that. So yeah, just to recap, Frontier is somehow, their customer service is somehow worse than Time Warner's, which is something I didn't think was possible. At least in terms of their sales side. I will say, thank goodness that their installation people, or at least the guy that we got to work with, is super nice and honest. I'm super grateful for that, because if not, then we would have had a bad time and bought pretty crappy internet. So yeah, I guess I'm stuck with 25 that cuts out all the time, has a reset that drops to less than 3 megabytes per second every night for an hour or two, and bad customer service, because yeah, that's my report on Frontier Internet. If you live anywhere that has Frontier, I recommend that you try to find any other internet service provider. Like I said, I unfortunately don't have that luxury, because I live somewhere with only 2 internet service providers. And to upload and or play online video games and or actually watch Netflix, YouTube, anything, you pretty much need more than 6 megabytes down. So, yep, stuck with Spectrum, nothing I can do about it. I'm going to try to figure out a system where I can upload more regularly. One of the main reasons I can't upload is if anybody else is using my internet, I can't upload and that person has a bad time using my internet. So, hopefully I can get better at it, get some more content up. Appreciate anybody who's still sticking around despite the lack of regular uploads. And thanks everyone for being able to watch. My name is the Newbie Warrior. Thank you for your time. I hope you have an awesome day. And remember to stay newbie.